the 9 billion shares that are still outstanding, the AMC swap contracts, limitless short losses, and many other subjects will be covered in this video. Let's begin by looking at this picture, which displays the number of shares that are still outstanding in the DTC. I want to concentrate on AMC in this comparison of AMC and GameStop. The notional value of all outstanding shares is 9.6 billion, which implies that the notional amount from July 2021 is $8 billion plus. It's the average price of all shares held as far back as 2018. This is what I want to discuss. And we have consistently stated that AMC has far more synthetic shares than GameStop, with a variety of course, distinct justifications. In the first place, we discussed this when you look at the V post for the Robinhood, although AMC was worth more than GameStop. It's also crucial to note that AMC shares are clearly less expensive than GameStop's, as you can see. It is evidently less expensive to purchase shares of AMC than GameStop. And this is the reason why there are more AMC shares available. The average total share price of all shares held is $22 for GameStop, but $872 for a C at 555 million versus 14 million. The share price is clearly a lot higher, and the worth is also different. Even though the price difference between $872 and $22 is slightly less than 3 times. Nevertheless, as I previously stated, this is not a battle between the two. Rather, it is about AMC outperforming GameStop due to the fact that more shares are settled. However, as we have always emphasized, some have argued that GameStop will be the only company to be squeezed because of everything that is happening with GameStop. But when you consider how many shares are actually unsettled for AMC, you realize that AMC will also be squeezed. Since some people have been tweeting this on X on Twitter, their accounts have been banned. I wanted to immediately bring this to your attention. But once more, we are obviously here to disseminate as much information as we can about this, so I want to put it out there. If this video is taken down, please make sure you know what's going on and share it, whether it's the tweet or the video, so that everyone is clearly aware of what's going on. I also run the danger of having this video taken down or the channel shut down. But once more, we need to make sure we comprehend exactly what's happening right now. More on why we're seeing so many FTDs lately. The AMC swap contracts have been circulating. And you can see the discussion between grow and grow on if these swap contracts are internalized transfers of FTDs to off-market, and whether that could free up loans for equity. These contracts and FTDs are now available for you to view. It is theoretically possible to internalize the transfer of failures to deliver off the market through subcontracts. As we can see, FTDs happen when a seller doesn't provide the buyer with security by the day of settlement. Subcontracts have the potential to hide the actual volume of FTDs, reducing their visibility to market participants and regulators. This might be a means of concealing or managing these shortcomings, which could have an impact on market openness. We know that there are numerous swaps available for both AMC and GME, so that's one thing you will be aware of. We have witnessed several instances of AMC and GME swaps expiring, and we also know that these hazardous swaps were the cause of ARROS and Credit Suisse bankruptcy, and UBS is clearly suffering greatly as a result, which is why we know there are a lot of FTDs out there and why we've seen so many AMC swaps available. You can also observe this equity lending. Supply. If FTDs are removed from the market, it may allow equity lending to resume. This is how supply works when FTD happens. The security may be borrowed to move these FTDs off the market through STS in order to fulfill the delivery commitment. The number of securities available for lending may be reduced if the demand for borrowed securities declines. You know, we've already discussed all of this, but basically what we can comprehend here is why swaps have been created. Nevertheless, it is also the cause of the abundance of an MC and GME swaps on the market. Going back to this, as I previously stated, we will be able to recognize the seriousness of the situation, and once we understand the goals of swaps and the rationale behind the creation of FTDs. Later in this video, we'll talk about the unscented possibilities of why AMC is able to squeeze to such a high quantity. But right now, it's just realizing that there are more than 555 million shares outstanding, and there may still be more. We can see the value immediately because this figure might easily double, quadruple, or even exceed that. Both AMC and GameStop have the squeeze feces. In case you missed it, this is an understanding of what's at risk and how manipulative and corrupt the AMC share price is currently and to exist out there. 9.6 billion. We discussed the Federal Reserve's recent announcement that a significant market correction is likely to occur. This is due to the fact that some hedge funds are incredibly overleveraged, but they don't have the money to back it up. In other words, all 900 FICC participants, many of whom are short-fit the requirements for low collateral. The purpose of group collateral is to avoid default, which is a single participant margin. The idea is that it will inevitably crash because there are many short sellers, and as we discussed, they have borrowed $5.8 trillion, which shows how over-leveraged they are, but they do not have that much money. This is simply the realization that when you look at who is involved and realize that most of their positions are short and that they are able to survive because of these kinds of safety nets that exist out there, which are obviously the money that is there to help them. We're also seeing this right now, and this is to discuss why they're worried about AMC, why we're seeing these FTDs right now, and why we're only going to see more. First, we're seeing that AMC Entertainment has improved box office expectations for 2020-25. What's interesting about this is that we're seeing more and more news articles right now that gradually change their opinions about AMC that way. If one of their positions or management goes wrong, they don't have the money, and they can no longer find money elsewhere. And that $5.8 trillion could easily collapse. Although something is obviously a positive thing, it could equally be seen negatively. I suppose that's a good thing since more and more people are becoming aware of AMC's potential and the willingness of institutions to acknowledge it. The drawback is that because we've always seen them criticize AMC, we have no idea what other plans they may have. It's unexpected that they are now speaking positively about AMC. But when you realize, and this is what we talked about, why there are FTDs and why the issue is so big, you realize that a short position has an endless chance of loss. How about you? Without a doubt, I won't be the first to sell kohrs. And so what you can see is the price of AMC falling. Yet the OBV stays the same. Now this is a picture we've shown in the past, but it's important to revisit this and for the people whose first time may be watching. Seeing this picture, essentially what this is showing is that the OBV is essentially showing you no. Have people been selling their shares? Or are people buying more shares? And what you can see is that under normal circumstances, when the price goes up, the OBV's going up, and that's very simple to understand. The more people who buy these shares, the higher price will go, and you can see how it reflects that in the first kind of section, and this is obviously back from 2021. You can see when AMC first had this spike up, the OBV spiked up, and then when AMC had the second spike up, the OBV spiked up again. Very simple too. Understand, more shares are being bought, more people are buying, and that's reflecting the OBV, and therefore the price goes up. But then it's what happens afterwards where we're seeing the price goes down, but yet the OBV isn't going down. This shows that the share price is dropping, yet no one is selling. How is that even possible? The solution is as easy as looking at F. And we then go back to our original explanation of how these FTDs are obviously in place and clearly used for manipulation. I appreciate you viewing, and I hope to see you all again soon. We have previously observed short sellers prepared to pay $142,000 per AMC share. We can plainly understand why there are so many FTDs and why they feel the need to conceal them, because they were willing to pay for this back in 2022.